Now, we certainly feel it in our industry, the silly season, and I stress silly is fast approaching, and this often goes hand in hand, sadly, with lots of spending, we know, but unfortunately, it's also a golden opportunity for skellums, the skellum, to get his hands on our hard-earned money. And this morning, we are joined by Kalyani Pillay, the CEO of SABRIC, the South African Banking Risk Information Centre, for tips on how to wise up and watch out this festive season. Welcome back. I know I always broach these conversations with a little bit of anxiety because the risk is so real. You've launched a festive season, specifically festive season awareness campaign. Why? Why is this time of the year so dangerous?
Well, Graham, definitely a great opportunity at this time of the year. You know, people tend to have a little more cash at this time of the year. People are getting paid bonuses. They're collecting savings that they've, been saving all year through. So definitely greater opportunity. And when, of course, there's greater opportunity, criminals will certainly focus their attention there. So we thought we'd run this campaign just to remind everybody about things that we've been saying, all the time. And particularly at this time, we thought, everybody's using card, whether over the counter, whether online. People are going to ATMs. There's always queues. There's always a rush. And
there's a lot of distraction.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so people tend not to be as vigilant as they normally are. And so we thought we'd create this awareness to remind everybody again. But also, I think that, we all want Wi-Fi, want to use Wi-Fi. We all want the speed that comes with it.
The free downloads.
Absolutely. So, we thought that we'd sort of just start reminding people about what they need to look out for. And I thought I'd just share a little bit about crack.
Crack? What? I mean, come on. This is about banking, please.
Yes.
Okay, we know it's a risk. No, I'm very curious. What does crack mean?
So crack is the short, the acronym for key reinstallation attack. And what this does is that it's you get your security protocols via YPA2, which is the security protocol that goes between your router or your modem and your actual device. And of course, through that process, the data or the information that you're sending online is encrypted. So what this does is that it bypasses the security protocol so that it then it goes a different route so that it then gets access to your information that you're actually sending online. And we thought that it's really important to let people know that when you're using Wi-Fi, because of course we all will the minute we have access to it, that you should be very mindful of what kind of information you're actually sending over this particular network. And the things that we want to alert people to is never, ever send anything relating to your banking. Don't do any transactions if you're in an unsecured Wi-Fi. But the one thing I must say, so as not to create panic over crack, is that for the perpetrator to actually do the attack, they need to be within Wi-Fi range of you. So of course the attack surface is now smaller. But despite that, just sort of rather always make the assumption that you're in an unsecure environment, so that you're mindful of what kind of information.
Because even getting some basic personal information, can they use that information to access your bank accounts?
No. So that's really important. So we sort of differentiate between personal information and confidential information, although it's all still your personal information. So your personal information will be things like your address, your phone number, your ID, your passport documents, all that kind of thing. We categorizing as confidential information issues around your username, your password, your PIN number, your CVV number, your expiry date. So be very careful about when you're actually using that and where you are. So even if you're using Wi-Fi, and even if you are in a secure, password-restricted sort of Wi-Fi where you've got to put a password in, then even then, be careful when you go onto any website. Make sure that in the URL, at the top in the address bar, that you see HTTPS before you actually start putting your card data in. if you're doing a purchase. And also look out for the closed lock signs. That's all the indication that you then are in a secure...
are in a safe space.
Yes, yeah.
So our focus this morning, Wi-Fi in particular, but we're going to continue this conversation throughout the festive season.
Sure.
And I know that we can go to your website as well, and all your Facebook and your social media platforms. I've got a host of information. All that information is there on our screen. Thank you so much for spreading the message of crack over this festive season, but absolutely vital information. For more tips on how you can wise up and watch out this festive season, visit that SABRIC website, as I said, or their Facebook or their Twitter pages.
Wise up, watch out.